Hey everyone, it's Bengal68 here, and my first episode, and today I'm going to be talking about preparation for the season of 2013. First thing I need to tell you, if you know what fantasy football is, but you haven't got an account yet, and you want to do it soon, remember, when you're drafting, you've got to make a list. You've got to know who you're going to draft, and who's going to draft second, third, and fourth in your draft. So you gotta make a really good list. Basically, that's the main rule of drafting. Now I'm going to get on to my main thing, what I'm supposed to be talking about. This is preparation. So I'm going to be doing different positions and what you should do for the different positions, like defense, wide receiver, quarterback. Anywho, let's just get on with it. First position I'm going to be talking about is quarterback. Basically, the quarterback is quite hard to do because he is supposed to be one of the best players on your team. So when you've drafted your quarterback, if he's an experienced quarterback like Peyton Manning, Kaepernick, Eli, you're basically set. You don't really need to do much. You might have to be like little tweaks with your running back maybe, but you're basically set. But if you've got like a just been drafted by a team quarterback, you really want to put a lot of pressure on your running back and wide receivers. For your wide receivers, for your quarterback, you want them to be at least experienced. So your quarterback, at least experienced. They don't have to be the best. They just have to be experienced. So your quarterback can throw to them and have them at least catch it and make some yards. But it doesn't have to be the best running back in the world. It just has to be experienced. Because if you have someone like Jones Drew, that's great. If you have someone like Arian Foster, that's brilliant, because your quarterback will have a great experience and improve over the league, probably get better and better and better. Now let's move on to running backs. Running backs are a very important part of fantasy football. They have to be good, and they've got to be fast, strong, all the things to actually make it through a fantasy league. So, an important thing about a running back is that when you're drafting, you want to get an experienced running back. If they have good stats in their college, if in their college leagues, that's great. But if they haven't got that much good yards or good runs, but they still qualify for the NFL, you gotta have a good quarterback. If you haven't got a good running back, basically you gotta have a good quarterback, and at least an experienced quarterback. If you're someone like Eli, that's great. That means your running back is gonna be experienced. He's gonna have a good quarterback to lead him through the league. But if you got a good running back, you're set, because you're set for your running back is just set for the league. Let's move on to wide receivers. Your two wide receivers have got to be quite good, because they're the ones that are making you move along the yards. And so they gotta be, if they're not experienced, again, you gotta have a good quarterback. For most actual positions that are not quarterback, you've gotta basically have a good quarterback, at least experienced. So they've gotta be experienced quarterbacks so they can catch the ball and run. They gotta be fast. They gotta have pace. Pace is one of the number one things for a wide receiver. Pace and good hands. If you have good hands and pace, if both your receivers have good hands and pace, that's good. If only one of them has good hands and pace, and like the other one has like only good hands, but it's not that good, you might want to still put him on, but he won't be like your number one. Say if one was on the right, one was on the left, and you kept on checking right. You need both of them to at least be experienced. That's what I'm talking. I'm getting my words jumbled up here. I'm just babbling on. Basically, here's the main thing: both your wide receivers have to be experienced, or at least good in their college leagues. That's why we want to tight ends. Tight ends are not. It's not like you don't have to get stressed about tight ends. Tight ends are not. They're like your backup. You're like, if you don't have a wide receiver, go your running back. If your running back's like you gotta basically, you don't have to have a good tight end. That's what I'm saying. You can have a good college. You can have a good college record or whatever. But yeah, if he has a good college record, take him. If he has a good NFL record, take him. Just take a tight end that has a good record. That's all I'm saying. And if he has a good record, kind of like keep him with the quarterback. Doesn't have to be that good for a tight end because tight ends are very close to him. Yeah. The quarterback has to be quite good anyway. So basically, you have a good quarterback. And then yeah, on your bench, most people put their main thing. Most people just put their like main team as a really good team. Like, oh my god, my team's set. What if he gets injured? You have to get someone. What if everyone on your bench is like the crappiest player ever, but your main team is the great player ever? And if one of them gets injured, you're gonna have to replace him with a really crappy player, which means your entire like team there is kind of like not ruined, but hasn't got not that good of a like a chance of winning. So you've got really, so basically you've got to have people on the bench have to be as close to the people on the field as possible. Say if you've got Peyton Manning on it, but you have Andy Dalton on the bench. That's great. That's actually a really good setup because you have an experienced quarterback and a really experienced quarterback, and they're both quite good. So that's basically the setup you gotta have there. You gotta have basically everyone. The people on the bench have to be as closest to the stats as people on the field. Your defense is gotta be. You gotta have a good defense with a good record. If you have a lot of defense that sack, that is a brilliant defense. People that sack are brilliant defense. But if you've got a defense that just holds the linebackers back, but lets them throw to the wide receiver, but you still take the wide receivers like down every 10, you only take like 10 yards down, that's 40 yards. They're barely getting any farther. Then it's your turn. Then it's your turn again. It's great. Basically, that's it. You gotta have a good defense that know how to defend. So, that's my video. Hope you enjoy. Hope you get hope you have lots of learn from this video. So I'm just tripping over my own tongue here. I hope you learned from this video. And oh yeah, I want to give a shout out to Mally 2001XY. If you like wrestling and if you're a fan of WWE and wrestling like that, you will love this guy's channel. He's great. He gives you great stuff of what's going on in the league, and yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.